Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I have been having the biggest brain freeze. I'm saying that nicely because I don't want to be nasty on camera. But I tried watercolor, I cut myself, watercolor, pen, pencil, all sorts of stuff today. And I just wasn't getting it. So I decided today, I'm probably not going to be able to post a video tomorrow, and I know some of you really look forward to them, and I appreciate that. But I have 2 doctor's appointments tomorrow throughout the day. I might be able to do something in the middle of the day. We'll see. But I figured today I would do a book review on a book that I love. It's not really an educational book, although you can take some educational things away from it. But it is an urban sketching book. My favorite one, not on techniques, but just on sketchers. And it is called The Art of Urban Sketching, Drawing on Location Around the World. And it was put together by Gabriel Campanario, who is himself an artist, urban sketcher. And this book is so beautiful because it is set up, it looks dirty, I've been using it a lot. It is set up so that you're just traveling around the world while you're watching how these urban sketchers do things. It was first copyrighted in 2012. And it starts by showing a map of where he's traveling, and then as he's traveling to see all these different urban sketchers in Canada, the U.S., back into Montreal, Canada, and Toronto, and then back down into the U.S., and, he skipped Michigan, down through Orlando, Santo Domingo, Sao Paulo, Buenos Aires, and then over into Europe. Actually, he comes up through Johannesburg and then up into Europe and has many stops in Europe along the way. Barcelona, one of my favorite sketchers, 2 of my favorite sketchers are from Barcelona. And all the way around Paris into Stockholm and Berlin, into Moscow, Istanbul, Tel Aviv, and then on over into Bangkok, down through Singapore, Samarang, up through Hong Kong, Seoul, Tokyo, and down to Sydney, Australia. And we know who's down there, Liz Steele. But anyway, and in this book, it does show also what the sections are. The first section is all about what is urban sketching. And, a lot of people have questions about exactly what it is. Some people get real anal about it. Some people do not. The tools that you would need for your portable studio, and then style and technique. So there is a little bit of education in it. And then it starts going into these different artists' lives. And then section 3 is on skylines, cityscapes, panoramas, buildings, architecture, industry, construction sites, harbors and waterfalls, monuments, cars, urban furniture. It's all in sections, which is really cool. Through the seasons, events, news, and performances, subways, buses, airports, cafes, restaurants, and bars, people in action, parks and museums, and night sketching. So, there is some good information in the front. This is one of my favorite sketchers. This is Le Pin. I can tell just by the style of sketching. That has to be Le Pin. Yep, Le Pin's watercolors froze in Paris during the winter outing. See, people, they freeze. That's why I don't go out in the winter. Although I just got a notification this morning and watched a video of somebody else watercoloring out in the winter somewhere. I'm not sure where. I think he's European. But it was very interesting. It must have been a warmer day. So here's the part about urban sketching, what it is. And how the drawings are a record of our time. Basically, that urban sketching is us taking a snapshot in time and then walking through it, drawing what we see, telling a little bit about it. It's kind of like a diary in a way. But then later, it talks about some of the tools for the studio, or portable studio, what you would need, what different sketchers might use. But then later, when it gets into section 2, see the world one drawing at a time, it says more than 500 drawings span every continent. Urban sketchers share their experiences of drawings in cities around the world, from well-known metropolises such as London, Seoul, to small towns such as Davis, California, and Kandern, Germany. Discover the story behind each impression and gain valuable insight from the artist who captured them. So what it does is it will show the city at the top. Then it tells who the artist is. The first one, of course, is Gabriel Campanario, who is the author of the book, the one who went around and gathered all of this information. And then it'll show his sketches. So it tells about his life, how he got into urban sketching, and then each sketch has a little blurb about it, which is just so cool. And some people have more pages than other people. This one is in Victoria. So this Canadian guy, Matthew Sensich, Sensich, I'm not sure, Senkich. Anyway, this is his story. And it goes on and on and on. And every person has their own spot. Lisbon, Cordoba, Malaga, whatever that is. I can't say that one. Johannesburg, Buenos Aires. See, and then it goes through each artist's sketches. These are just beautiful. So, and of course, one of my favorites is back here. And that is Lapin. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I always call him Lapin. Maybe it's Lapin. I don't know. Anyway, he's one of my favorite sketchers. His classic sketching is always on lined paper, like either graph paper or ledger sheets. He loves to use ledgers. And there's always some sort of background stuff going on. This is one of my favorites of him. You'll see it on Google. You can, if you just punch in Lapin, L-A-P-I-N, you'll find a lot of his work. But then there's another one here from Barcelona, Miguel Herranz. He's also from Barcelona. One that they didn't get in here is Benedetti Dossi, who is, she does beautiful bending of architecture to make things fit, bending perspective. It's beautiful. So anyway, this whole section, this green section, that whole section is nothing but urban sketchers, stories and sketches and information, maybe stories about what happened to them, how the weather was that day, or they fell in the lake, or, you know, all sorts of stuff. And it's just one sketch after another. If you're just, like, wanting a little bit of urban sketching, but you just can't get your butt off the couch, this is what you need. Just pick it up and read a few pages. I have not gotten through this whole book. I just flip it open and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's in here. And I read all about him, you know. And then one day I found Liz Steele and I was like, oh my gosh, she's in here. And this guy's got a very similar style to Lapin, whoever this is. I'm really curious. Venice. Who is it? Maybe we're on part 3 already and I just missed it. No, this is still it. Venice. I don't know who the artist is, but that looks like it also is Lapin. He does travel around a lot. I'm trying to see which. Yep, it is. It says Lapin right down there. But classic. his classic lines. He does this little scribbling thing. Liz Steele does that too, and I just think it's just so impressive. Just beautiful. And then here's some bending of architecture. I just love. Oh, she is in here. It's her, Benedetta Dossi. Oh, yay. I didn't know she was in here. I love her work. Absolutely love her work. So anyway, this is the book. And then in section 3, this is where we get into the drawing inspiration. And it says, sketching opportunities abound, even where you least expect them. You might be drawn to the signage of an old storefront, captivated by the industrial site on the edge of town that everyone considers an eyesore. To get started as an urban sketcher, here are some themes for inspiration. That's a beautiful sketch, too. And then it gives you the themes and how the people drew them. This guy said he was drawing a 360-degree panoramic view and how he went about it. Amazing. And then, well, that's still more of his sketch on the next page. They couldn't even fit it all on one page. But then it goes into buildings and architecture, and then some ideas about that. The different types of architecture. Kind of like that 5-minute sketching architecture tells you a lot of technical information. Industry and construction sites and how interesting they can be. There's so many different lines that you can capture. And you may think, ugh, that looks ugly. But it could make a beautiful sketch like this. I mean, look at that. It's just a milling factory. And this guy puts that together. Just amazing. It took him 40 minutes, it says. Jeez. It'll tell the kind of paper they used, how long each sketch took them to do. There's just so much inspiration in here. Monuments, cars, urban furniture, sketching through the seasons as they change. Events. That's another good place to sketch. You can sketch people. One day I'm going to do that. Sitting at your kid's softball game, you can do that. So anyway, this is the book, and there it is packed, just jam-packed, full of information. Again, it's called The Art of Urban Sketching, Drawing on Location Around the World. See the world one drawing at a time, and it's by Gabriele Campanario. And let me get you the price. Today you can find the book on Amazon for $18.15 for Amazon Prime in the U.S. There are some used options too, as low as $4.50 for a very good. It says very good and has a 98% positive review. So if you want to get it used, I don't know if I got this one used or if I bought it new. I think I bought it new. Some books I buy used though, because heck, you know, you can save a ton of money. Here's one. It says new, $5.99 plus $3.99 shipping. So we're talking $10 for this one, and that one comes from New York in the U.S. There's another one new, $5.99. Lots of news, so you can buy them new for $5.99 from New Jersey, Michigan. That's where I'm at. Shoot, and I probably spent more than that. I don't know. I can't remember. But it's got, looks like 4.5 out of 5-star reviews on Amazon, and it is one of my absolute all-time favorite books. I never stop looking at it. I will never get rid of this book because it's always something that'll just bring me a smile and think, oh, wow, look how he did that. I've got to try that. Wow, I've never drawn like that before. Maybe I should give that a try. And look at how this was bent. You know, this architecture bent like that. It looks like it's melted. Just amazing. Colored pencil, just scribbled into the sketch. Looks gorgeous. So, if you're interested, this is an excellent book, and I think you would really, really, really enjoy it. So, have a great night, everybody. I will try to get a video in tomorrow, but you may not hear from me. So have a great night. And don't forget, be kind to people. Bye.